Good morning and welcome to a terrific Tuesday. We are here for our weekly read aloud, and today's read aloud goes along with the end of the school year. Now, at the beginning of the school year, I read a story about how you all were chosen specifically for the classroom that you're in. And today, I know that a lot of schools are ending soon. I know Early Start in Milwaukee Public Schools, I believe they end today. And I know a lot of schools down south, they are ending very soon. And I know that we have about 14 days left. And so I thought it was the perfect time for this story. The name of our story is called A Teacher's Top Secret. This is Mission Accomplished. A Teacher's Top Secret, Mission Accomplished, and our author is LaNesha Tabb. And you may remember the story from the beginning of the school year when we talked about you being chosen specifically for your classroom. And so this is Mission Accomplished. Here we go. A memo for teachers. We have another message for your class. It's all in the book. Do not read this message until the school year is nearly over. Make sure there's only a few days left in the school year before imparting this information. This is top secret. Proceed with care. Command. All right, teachers, we have our mission. We know we have a few days left. Here we go. Do you remember when I told you the biggest secret that teachers would ever keep? I let you in on the fact that you, yes, you, were picked to be in the class. Top secret. I picked you. And oh, how I made the right choice. So your teachers specifically picked you to be in their classroom. See, we are headed back towards summer. Can you believe it? The grown-ups can't stop talking about how their classes grew to be a special classroom family. Remember when I told you that careful consideration was given when putting you in this class? I told you that we created a list of all the qualities that we would need in this class. Let me tell you this, you all delivered. Didn't I tell you that we needed kids who were funny, kind, brave, hardworking? I knew I picked the right students. We had lots of laughs, learned to grow in kindness, worked hard, and faced some tough challenges. That's because you were here. Well, we all know with absolute certainty that we enjoyed getting nice and loud. And there were times where we got really good at being calm and quiet. Shout out to the kids in the class, loud and quiet, who helped us with both. We needed you. I told you that we needed kids who were math smart and word smart, science smart, and reading smart. You learned and grew not only in these ways, but in all areas. You should be so incredibly proud of yourselves. I know I am proud of you all. What would we have done if we didn't have our friends who noticed and cared about how others were feeling? We are forever grateful to our friends who were wonderfully heart smart. You all truly gave our classroom its heartbeat. Let's hear it for our artists, our builders, authors, and thinkers. You made our days more beautiful with your creativity and ingenuity. Your gifts to our classroom will never be forgotten. How grateful are we to the friends who loved to work in groups. Your leadership taught us cooperation, how to listen well, and respect. We are equally grateful to our friends who needed time to think and process alone. You taught us how to plan, reflect, and consider different strategies to get a task done. Thank you for that. We were moved by our favorite books that sparked new ideas. We were challenged by new ideas. We stretched ourselves to new heights. We executed projects that would change the world one day. Didn't I tell you this is the beginning of the year? You were picked because of your special gifts. Those gifts rubbed off onto others in our classroom family. You taught your friends things that you are good at, and they also learned from you. I told you, it was all part of the plan. We spent nearly every day together for a school year. That's a lot of time. Remember I told you that even though we might have our issues, we are human. We worked through them and made new friends that we will always keep near and dear. I want to remind you that the good will always outweigh the bad. Did one disagreement or one bad day ruin everything? Of course it didn't. We learned to forgive and heal. Notice, you will reflect on some things that you all experienced during your time together. Your teacher has been cleared to walk you through it. Let's debrief. All right, we're going to debrief about some things we learned together. Here we go. There were some days when we came to school feeling a bit nervous about things that were happening in the world. Some of you heard or saw things on television that made you feel scared. I hope you felt that no matter what happened out there, your teacher and your class felt like a safe space for you. Thank you for trusting us with your thoughts and your feelings. Yes, very important. Your classroom should be a safe space. Let's keep it real. There were definitely some days that were classified as a doozy. But just like I said we would, we got through them. We learned from our mistakes. We learned to reset. I never stopped caring about you because I picked you, remember? We definitely tried again. How many times were we thrilled at our awesomeness? Didn't those days feel lovely? In the future, when I remember this class, I'll just think, wow, we were amazing. Would absolutely recommend. Those days that were a doozy and those days that made you say, wow. Critical information. Remember all the times we felt that palpable joy this year. That over the moon, can't contain yourself joy. Those were some good times, weren't they? Note from command, share your most joyful memory from this year with a friend. So if you want to stop the video and share your most memorable, joyful memory, you can do that now. Everyone stop. Let's close our eyes and think about the amazing feelings that came when we met our goals. Yeah. Let's just yell it out one more time for all the goals we met. Ready? Yell it on 3. 1, 2, 3. We did it! Do you see now how important you were to this class? This class needed you. Honestly, what would we have done without you? Before we close this final briefing, you need to know one more thing. Looking back, you can probably see why I told you that life happens. Didn't we see how things can change? Life doesn't always go the way that we think it should. That's a part of living. We may have seen families and friends come and go, but we will continue to remember that we are and will always be flexible, resilient, and strong. For real. So students, mission accomplished. You did it. You were let in on the biggest secret that teachers will ever keep, and you executed your role beautifully. We made it through the year with enough memories and smiles to last a lifetime. Our time together is coming to a close, but I have one last request. Keep the secret with you in your heart. Wherever you end up next year is where you were meant to be. Take your gifts and your authentic self to your new classroom family. They'll need you just like we needed you. You were picked, you are valued, you are cared for. We will always be a classroom family. Command. Note to teacher, thank you for sharing this top secret information. You've led your team well. You are now clear to send your students off with love. The end. A teacher's top secret, mission accomplished. Oh, I do hope you enjoyed our story. I hope your school year ends on the happiest of notes. And please have a safe and wonderful summer. And don't forget to read at least 20 minutes a day. 20 minutes. Just us.